Crowd here in anticipation of their home team Lakers in an interconference battle here at the Staples Center. And our T-Mobile starting lineups. Here's a look. Now let's take a second to talk about the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. Clark, looking at the Magic, what do they need to do to secure a win?
Well, Kevin, free throws are a big concern. They're a team that struggled at the line. They were dead last in free throw percentage last season. That can make a big difference down the stretch in a close game. So we'll see if it's a factor.
On the other side, Clark, how about the Lakers? What do you think will be the key for them?
Well, they're facing Dwight Howard, and they have to zero in on him. He's a tremendous shot blocker, leading the league in blocked shots last season. So you can't get caught napping on offense. He's a commanding presence around the rim.
It ought to be a compelling game to watch. Thanks, Clark. Now Carter.
Fantastic pass to set the alley-oop jam up there. You gotta love that.
Here's Bass on the mark from 16 feet out.
They say the mid-range game is becoming a lost art in the NBA, but you certainly couldn't tell it from watching that play. What a sweet stroke.
Led perfectly with the pass, and it's dunked home by Bynum. There are so many stories in the NBA, especially with the good teams like the Los Angeles Lakers and with rising stars like Andrew Bynum. But with Bynum and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar working together, I mean, those have got to be priceless workouts. And one I'm sure Bynum will look back and say, thank goodness I had this as my teacher.
Yeah, I agree with you there, boy. What a priceless opportunity for Bynum when you consider the greatest scorer in the history of the game is able to share some of that knowledge and wisdom and expertise. And I just trust that Bynum is a willing pupil, and it appears that he is, because the improvement that young man has made in his short career speaks to the fact that he's worked at it, but he's also gotten some good instruction.
Here's Fisher, following the score by Rashard Lewis. Gasol's in the post. Pass on him. Artest can't hit the three-pointer. On defense, the Lakers. To Lewis. The rebound by Kobe Bryant. And the Lakers have possession. From close range, graceful finish.
Kobe Bryant. There's a lot of meat on Kobe's game, and ironically, his name refers to a steak. He was named after a steak. And that young man has meat on his game for days.
Now Nelson. A three ball. Lewis misses. 2:15 left in the first. Up ahead. Buries the short-range jumper.
Right now, Kevin, they're getting everything they want and sending a message while they're doing it.
Five on the shot clock. Blocked. Good deed by Fisher. We talked about sending a message, Clark. Oh! Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throwdown. They've been making outstanding plays on both ends, and they're starting to pull away here.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. Some changes there for the Lakers. And here is Johnson. 1:38 left in the first quarter. And here is Howard. He's up against Gasol. Puts up the baby hook. Howard, that's good. Well, Dwight Howard is one of those guys I think he's jaw-dropping every time he does something in the paint, outside, wherever he might be, offense, defense. He's that kind of player.
Yeah, in the last decade and a half, the prototype for the two-guard, I think, has been Kobe. The prototype for the combo forward is LeBron James. KG is probably the prototype for the power forward. And if you're going to talk prototypes for the center position, now and going forward, it's Dwight Howard. Athleticism of a much smaller guy. Power of a typical center. And the force and confidence to continue to get better. That, to me, is Dwight Howard in a nutshell. A force on defense, rebounding the ball, and getting better and better offensively.
Orlando trailing here. Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Magic.
Some changes there for the Lakers. And here is Johnson. Off the inbound pass. Finishes with the soft touch. The Lakers in the lead. Kobe lets it go from the wing. Kept alive. And here is Odom. Now Bynum working on Howard. The Lakers have taken the early lead.
Well, they're in attack mode now, Kevin. Every time they get the ball, they're coming right at you, looking for contact, and looking for buckets right at the 10.
The first quarter has ended, and both teams have been lighting it up. The score, 16-11. Welcome to the start of the second quarter, and so far it's been a great game, closely contested by both teams. Let's quickly go over to Cheryl Miller, who spoke with Coach Phil Jackson.
Hey, Kev, he told me his point of emphasis was to keep his team aggressive on offense. He knows his team isn't going to get any easy baskets tonight against this defense and will have to be proactive when it comes to scoring points.
Yeah, this defense is really giving teams headaches. We'll see if they can overcome it. Here's Gasol. Nailed it with just a little time left on the shot clock. He has 6. And here is Johnson. Here's Petrus. It's in for 3.
You look at them and what they're trying to do on offense, and I like it. I really do. I like the way they're using the entire court. They're spreading themselves out, and when you spread yourself out and make the extra pass, it gives you a chance to get good looks from behind the three-point line, and they're draining their chances.
Petrus with it. The Lakers missing that time. Cuts off the pass. Let's go with the 3. That's good.
Even though it was early in the shot clock, that's an opportunity you can't pass up, Kevin.
Barnes drops it in on the layup.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Timeout, Lakers.
Some changes there for the Lakers.